Hello, I'm Barry, and welcome to Purrfect Date. Okay, so we're back. Last episode we covered all of the extras, and we're now going to cover the failing of the romance and the succeeding of the romance, and hopefully that's going to unlock everything. Although, we could just go through and do all the research, actually. Let's see what that does. Let's do that first. As it's only really going to be a couple of minutes of your time. I mean, it's probably going to be bloody hours of mine, but let's do it anyway. We'll skip all of this till we get to the point where it's the sandwich one or the one where I get fired. My time in the islands come to an end. My research went well. Can't help feeling like I missed out on something. I head to the jetty where the boat is waiting for me. Suppose no one wants to come and see me off. Maybe I was too focused on my work. Maybe I should have spent more time getting to know the island's inhabitants. Oh well, it's too late now. I'm looking forward to... I skipped that before I could read it. Strange. Even after such a short time, can't... Okay, we've read this before anyway, so that's fine. Yeah. Okay, that picture always gets me. Yeah. Can I have one bullet to the face, please? Just there. What you get in life for being a hard worker. Oh, ending achieved in Purrfect Date. Oh, well that was easy then. I thought I was going to have to go through and do it with everyone. I've got 4.2% of the research, which isn't going to be enough. Barry! Poor old Barry, he's been killed so many times. Yeah, Spirit Angels. He's going to be killed again, I think. I wish there was some skipping mechanic for the start of the game, because even if you skip everything as fast as you can, it takes like 9 minutes. I mean, I understand from the writer's point of view why that much exposition is needed. It kind of opens the story up and makes it less of a, hey, you're trying to sleep with cats kind of game, and more of a murder mystery blah blah blah, which to be fair is what kept me playing. But Oliver, in the strong off chance that you're watching this, as I've now learnt from the extras, you're the coding department lead, you should have put it that once the game had recorded you'd done it at least once, that you had the option to just click a skip button. You're not going to watch this, and you don't really care about my opinion. But I'm filling dead space. On we go. We've done the basics, and we're going to continue, or start, dating some cats. Ah yes, here we go. So, as a recap, in case you can't remember, we got some coconuts, and she wants us to open the coconuts and do stuff for her. So, helping her is probably a good thing as she's needy, so we're going to tell her to do it her bloody self. Maybe you should get up. No way, this is too much. This little princess is far too spoiled. I think it's time she learned to do things for herself. Is there something the matter, Snoots? Well, you've placed my libation slightly out of my reach. Oh dear, and you're so thirsty. Yes, that clearly is the predicament. Yeah, because last time we did it for her, because we succeeded with Snooty Booty, I think we just turned it down because there were some questionable lines in there. Looking at you, writing department. I was quite taken aback. So, what are you going to do about that then? I beg your pardon? Well, it seems you are here and your drink is all the way over there. However, are you going to quench your thirst? Are you speaking in riddles? Not really, more like parables. For instance, if the mountain won't come to Mohammed, maybe Mohammed should get off her little pink booty and go to the mountain her bloody self. Snooty Booty looks at me bemused. I'm sorry, who is Mohammed? In this situation, you are Mohammed. Snooty Booty gives me an exasperated look. I have no time for your nonsense. I'm going to die of dehydration at this rate, human. She scoots awkwardly on her stomach until she gets within reach of the palm leaf and delicately laps at it. That looks delicious. Snooty agrees without taking a break. You know, searching for those coconuts was thirsty work. I'm sure it was. She's still lapping at the water. My throat's a bit scratchy, especially in this heat. Snooty Booty finally comes up for air. Quite. That's the beauty of a coconut, you see. It's so hydrating and most palatable, too. You really ought to try it sometime. Look down at the dry palm leaf. Yes, that's a good idea, Boots. And the very best thing after drinking coconut water is to curl up and have a nap. You know, beauty sleep is the most important. Or is that so? Indeed, human. I suppose you have other things to do now? Oh well. Snooty Booty yawns and closes her eyes. I suppose I do. Sweet dreams, princess. She snores softly in reply. And again, a quick recap. We called her, or about to call her pot-bellied and all that stuff. What did we choose last time? I think last time we flattered her. No, we were accurate because I refused to lie. We'll do accurate again anyway because it seemed mean. I want to see some cats over the strong muscular physiques. Yeah, we did this last time. So yeah, let's go to the next date and the next option. Okay, we're back here. Last time we compromised. Removing the varnish from her ugly paws is probably the evil thing, so we're going to do that. And we haven't heard that one, so we're going to read that one. Snooch, you heard me perfectly well. That nail varnish must come off. That simply does not make sense. It makes sense if you know how much damage it could do over a period of time. Then why did you do it in the first place? For entertainment. I thought it would be a fun thing for us to share. You had fun, didn't you? I suppose I did, but I wouldn't have had I known you were simply doing it to taunt me. She seems genuinely upset. Perhaps I didn't read the situation very well. I thought she'd love it. Trouble is, it didn't take into account how she'd feel about having it taken away. I feel a bit daft. Nevertheless, letting her keep that nail polish on would wreak havoc with her natural defense abilities, not to mention the harmful chemicals of formaldehyde. In particular, I probably could not. No, I'm not even going to try and say them. I'm sorry, Boots. I really didn't mean to taunt you. My intentions were good. Just didn't think it through properly. I accept your apology and grant you pardon to leave. Whoa! Hang on a minute there. Sneak begins to make a getaway. The fact remains, I'm afraid. I can't let you keep the nail polish on. It's bad for you. But it looks fabulous. Well, that's why I thought a photograph. She remains silent, and I take it as a sign of her conceding. I set up about preparing a cotton pad with water and rubbing alcohol. As I go to take her paw, she swipes at me with her extended claws. Boots, come on now. Don't make this difficult. You're the one making this difficult, human. She wriggles herself into a pounce position. Snooty Booty, is it really worth falling out over? It's just a bit of nail polish. Do you understand nothing, human? History is full of unspeakable things that we do in our pursuit of youth and beauty. The unimaginable cruelty to ourselves and others is proof of how important it is. Or how incredibly superficial and vain some people can be. Are you calling me a narcissist? She looks genuinely shocked. Have I hit a nerve? Where I didn't expect one to be. I'm not calling you names at all, Snooty Booty. I just need to do what's best for your welfare. Can't sleep if I didn't do the right thing. She seems calmer. Well, we can't have you losing your beauty sleep now, can we? Heaven knows you could use some. She holds out her limp, wristed paw and looks in the opposite direction. I remove the colour from each of her claws in silence. She's uncharacteristically placid. There you go, all done. It's quick and easy, but it felt long and uncomfortable. She said, well, I shall see you at supper time, I suppose. As she sashays away, tail in the air, I can't help thinking I've hurt our friendship as much as her pride. Oh, boo-hoo. Luckily, even when trying to fail, she still gives us the recon, which is a good thing. I didn't think we were going to get that. So, yeah, bonus. Also, what's 100 divided by 6? It's around 15, 16, something like that. I can't be bothered to actually work it out. Let's go, because we're 12.5. Because I don't know if, like, to get 100% answer, you need to successfully woo all of the cats. We'll find that out. Let's go on our final date. I've come to Snooty Booty's tree to apply some coconut oil to her skin. It has now become a weekly appointment, but I'm surprised to see she isn't here. I hang around for a while because it's so unlike her to miss a pampering session. Eventually I give up and head back to camp. For reference, I will only be voicing the bits that we didn't get last time. So if you're new to the series, this is going to be out of context and it's going to be weird because there's hours of story we've missed. So yeah, it's fun. I do stupid voices all the way through. I need to call by the Marigold's cottage en route so that I can pick up a bunch of herbs for tonight's supper. Miss Marigold had a wonderful array of different edible plants growing in her garden. She encourages me to make good use of them. I'm almost finished picking what I need when I notice a cat slink out of the back door of the cottage. Fruity Booty, is that you? She stops and looks about. Oh god, I can't remember how to say that. That's embarrassing. Yeah, before she looks about funnily before approaching me. What on earth are you doing crouching amongst the vegetation? Are you trying to conceal yourself? Because I must tell you, you are doing a poor job indeed. Of course I'm not. Why would I be concealing myself in Miss Marigold's herb garden? I don't know, human. So much of your behaviour baffles me. Perhaps you were spying on me. Why on earth would I do that? Unless, of course, you were up to something. I am joking, but I notice that Sphinx Cat has turned a brighter shade of her usual pink. Are you up to something fruity? Really? I have no idea what grounds you think you have to accuse me, but I refuse to stand here and be interrogated for a moment longer. Goodbye. He spun around and is making off at a lick. I have to run up to catch her. Snoots. Wait, I was only teasing. What's got into you? And there you go again, with your probing and your questioning. Oh dear. Seems to have got off on the wrong foot today. Let's start again, shall we? Hello, Fruity Booty. How lovely to see you. She still looks a bit flustered, but at least she's stopped running. It's the most exercise she's had in ages. Good afternoon, Barry. I apologise for my impetuous reaction, but I'm feeling rather stalked. Huh? I appreciate that it cannot be comfortable for you to cast aside, but I would hope that we can all behave in a civilized manner. Cast aside? Quite. Because you didn't turn up for your massage? Well, actually, for the sake of accuracy, I did turn up for my massage. But not with you. It takes a moment for me to work out what she means. Someone else massaged you? Try not to upset yourself. There's no need for a scene. Who? Is that important? Yes, it is. I can't imagine anyone else would care for me. Is that what you were going to say? Actually, I was trying to work out how. Without thumbs, it wouldn't be easy. Not a cat, don't be ridiculous. The very thought of a feline trying to negotiate coconut oil. Really, Barry. So who? And then I realised that Snoots came out the marigolds. Well, well, Miss Fruity. Have you wrapped yourself around a certain caretaker? Try not to be too disappointed. You're very sweet and very willing, which is always a boon. But the clue is in the title, caretaker. There's a level of commitment required to care for a sphinx properly. You did the best you could, but you were always going to be distracted by work. And Mr. Marigold is less distracted. Well, he certainly is more willing to indulge me. I think he rather enjoys my more challenging requirements. Whereas I tried to change you. You did your best. It was rather a valiant effort. No one can take that away from you. Well, I should take that as a compliment. He dotes on me, you know. No more than you deserve. How kind of you to say. I wish you every happiness, Fruity Booty. And I you, but more importantly, yes, the oil. I believe you have a fresh bottle. If you could just pop it back there on the doorstep. Mr. M will get it later. I can't help but laugh at her audacity, and as I watch her sashay off, I feel a little sad that I won't be her most loyal servant anymore. Woohoo! Success! I mean, failure. Now it's time to get shot in the face. And that's the end of Barry. Ah, so we're here doing the recon, and I forgot there was a choice here, because we were trying to take the equipment for testing stuff. Last time I think we made an excuse, so this time we're going to try and sneak it. Yes, as I thought, I left my bag here. Pawpaw looks up from his work. Is that your bag? Looks a lot like a field kit bag. Oh, so it does. I never noticed that before. They are very similar, but this is definitely mine. He goes back to work. Very good. Enjoy your day off. We walk out purposefully with the bag. Okay. Ah, we're back to this one in the research, where there's that injury, and now we're going to work out if we're going to cream or saline solution. Last time we saline solution, so we are now going to cream. That sounded wrong. Cream 116 is designed for conditions like this, so I suppose that's what I should use. So I approach, Socks arches his back and puffs up his fur. Surprised by his reaction, he's normally quite a brave little soldier. Maybe it stings. I dab a little bit of the cream onto my arm to see what the effect is. After a few minutes I realised what a twit I'm being. The cream designed for a cat is hardly going to affect my skin. We're a werecat. I get on with my job in hand and apply the cream in very peeved Socks. Later that evening I noticed a small patch of smooth pale skin on my arm and realised that the hair's rubbed off. Whoopsie. But yes, with these nipping in and quickly doing the choices, there are different dialogues. Whoops. And I want to make sure we cover as many of the dialogues as possible, just to see at the end how close to the 100% of the story scene we can get. I'm not going to chase that though. I also realise at this stage that we accidentally got fired by making choices, so there is a good possibility we're going to get fired by me choosing the different options, which would be annoying. Well, last time Harry had McMurphy, so we'll go McMurphy again. Okay, so we're back and we're drinking with McMurphy in a forest. Last time we said cheers, and now we're going to intervene. McMurphy, I cannot, in good conscience, enable your drinking any longer. Oh, and who made you the boss of me? I'm a vet, McMurphy. I'm doing this for your own good. Oh, and what about your own good, Cara? I can't help but notice you're enjoying my fine vintage. Look at the bottle in my hand and realise I've actually drunk rather more than I thought. Oh gosh, it grows on you, this stuff, doesn't it? Ah, you're coming round to my way of thinking by any chance? Absolutely not. If you want to drink, you're going to have to pour it yourself. I plant the bottle down on the floor in front of it. Pour? Murphy pounces on the bottle, pushing it over and whips his head around under the neck so that the liquor is trickling straight down his throat. Well, mister, okay, I know when I'm beaten. Grab the bottle away from him and pour a conservative amount into a leaf. He laps it up a little before looking back at me as if he has something to say. Hey, Cara, have you ever been in love? Murphy, that second leaf is on straight to your head. Cat smiles slyly. I'm going to take that as a yes. Or are you still with him? This action's getting worse and worse. Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. Okay, we're at the point where we have seen this before. Ah yes, we're having a swim and we found some fish. And last time I believe we got the fish and we cooked the fish because we were learning about the best excuse is to question the question. Which made me laugh because it's kind of true. Now let's go home. I'm about to whip off my top. And I'm struck by a thought. I'll get demonetized if I do that. I mean, hang on, Murph. If I turn up at camp with a load of fresh fish, people are going to ask questions. Not necessarily. Maybe no one will be around. But what if they are? I'll be your lookout. Let you know when the coast is clear. Then you can just pop them on the barbie and wait for a few mouths to start watering. That's simple, huh? I usually find that life is what you make it, Cara. And keep it simple. It's not, though, is it? For you, do you mean? I can detect a mirth in his voice, and it hits a nerve. Well, yes, for me, because I'm the one who has to take the flak if something goes wrong. And what do you see going so disastrously wrong with a fish supper, Cara? You don't think, when I serve fresh ocean fish, that people will want to know where it came from. If they're anything like you, they will. He rolls onto his back and lets out a loud guffaw. So weird, I've not seen for decades. Well, maybe I should just tell them the truth. Tell Professor Pawpaw what's the harm. Mac rolls over and looks at me squarely in the eyes. All the humour has disappeared. Well, there would be harm, Cara. Trust me on that. Obviously, I didn't mean to tell him about you or anything that would endanger any of us. We've, at this stage, seen all of this. So we're going to continue. I'm out later than usual this evening. I've been feeling restless and not sleeping great. I wonder if it's the transition progressing in me. I feel a pang of fear, but soothe myself with the knowledge that I'm working hard on the antidote and I've made some headway with it. My thoughts are interrupted by an unfamiliar sound. I'm not afraid. I've come to know the island so well, and on this end I know I'm totally safe. I'm led by my curiosity as usual. My senses are so attuned to this place now. I know instantly if something is out of the ordinary. It's a very determined scraping, and it's coming from behind a large tree. I creep around as quietly as possible, so as not to alert the perpetrator, but the noise stops. There's a standoff, both of us silent until... Cara, what are you doing creeping around in the middle of the forest tonight? I exhale loudly. McMurphy! You had me going for a minute there. Spying on me, were you? Of course not. I heard the noise and... What was that noise? Oh my, what a sticky little beak you have. He laughed, but I still feel a bit embarrassed. I cast my eyes downwards and noticed they had scraped all the moss and leaves from the surrounding area and piled them together into a kind of nest. Looks cozy. That's the plan, Cara. Ah, night under the stars, eh? Yup, a McMurphy special. Got some grog for the occasion? You know me so well, Cara. Well, fortunately for you, I couldn't sleep, so... I see McMurphy's body language change and intuitively know that he feels awkward. That's so rare for him. I rack my brains and in a nanosecond get an answer. He doesn't want me here. It's like a physical blow that wins me for a second. Ah, the feels. Before I can say anything. Oh no, I wasn't inviting myself. I actually have work to do tonight. It just meant I'm glad I got to say hi. Felt like an idiot twittering on. Well now, I didn't really think you'd be wanting to lay out all night catching the breeze with me. If I thought there was a chance you'd be up for it, I'd have loved to have had you along. Sure. So enjoy. I'm about to leave, but something stops me. Why didn't you? He looked surprised. What's that, Cara? Why didn't you think I'd want to stay up all night? Even as I say the words, I recognise how ludicrous they sound to me. Staying out all night? Risking being late for work? Because, well, come on, Cara. Because you're you. He laughs. Not unkindly, more fondly. Fantastic though you are. You're not, well, like me. A good thing too, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you're right. Good night, Murph. Have fun. Yes, Cara. That is most definitely on the cards. Ooh. This much rejection is starting to get to me. To make my way back to the camp, I'm passed by 3 vivacious young cats. Frisky and giggling, they're heading in the direction I've just come from. It makes me smile and sad at the same time. Dirty boy. I've already loaded my bags onto the boat, and Joe the ferryman's son has told me rather rudely that if I'm not back in 50 minutes, they'll leave without me. But I won't be unloading your bags for you either, so... I've run as fast as I can to where I know he'll be at this time of day. I must see him one last time before I go. Mac? I've reached the ship, but there's no sign of him. My heart lurches as I was sure he'd be here. I'm about to draw a picture for him in the wet sand when I hear a sound. Coming from behind the wreck. On the other sound. On the other side. It sounds like snoring. I creep around, not sure what I'll find. And there he is, sprawled out with an empty bottle of grog beside him. I deduce that he's drunk. McMurphy, you're drunk. It's morning. Ah, but only drunk from last night, Cara. That's decent enough. Well, I wanted to say goodbye properly, but I guess you won't remember anyway. Suddenly he's up and alert, like a different cat. Do you not know me at all, Cara? There's not one word that passed between us that I couldn't recall right now and repeat verbatim. Not one look in your eye I can't bring to mind. He suddenly stops as though he's been slapped. You're really going? I have to. You know that if I don't get to the mainland and find some expert help soon, there'll never be an antidote. I don't know if you're a hero or a fool, but I know that this island will not be the same without you. You know I'll be back, don't you? It's important that we all believe that. We must all keep faith. Oh, you're right. I'll just miss you, that's all. And I'll miss you too, Cara. Ha! No one's ever called me that before. I have to go. The boat is leaving any minute. Come on, I'll show you a quick way. And he set off at a pace I can just about keep up. We're at the jetty in no time. I bend down and nuzzle the fur of McMurphy's head before scrambling onto the boat. So, I like this one because the McMurphy-Harry relationship seems like it's guaranteed to happen, and it's just because Harry's a job's worth. I'm taking a lake stroll along the beach, walking off my dinner. And I spot a familiar... Oh, we've done this because we got turned down last time. Okay. Onwards to getting shot in the face. Speaking of face, I believe you have a bullet for mine. Thank you. And we're back here. There was pretty much nothing new, as we managed to fail quite heavily on this one the first time. So it's all repeated. Happy ending. Okay, so we actually get to go on the last date this time, so I don't think we got to last time. Can't remember. We'll find out soon enough. I've been for my usual evening stroll, and I'm very surprised I haven't seen any of the gang hanging out in their regular spots. Wonder where everyone is. They're all off sulking because every research assistant's been an arsehole. I've meandered right down to the water's edge to stare at the moon. That's becoming a bit of a custom for me these days. After a while, the chill night air starts nipping at my bare arms, and I break out into goosebumps. Just as I'm about to turn and head back to camp, my ears pick up the faintest sound. It's coming from further along the beach in the direction of Trixie's cave. As I get closer, the volume increases, and I can't quite clearly hear the sounds of gathering cats talking, bursts of laughter. What's going on? I reach the entrance to a cave and call Trixie's name. Hi, Trix. I know she won't hear me above the din of the party, but I'm too embarrassed to just walk in uninvited. I try again. Trixie, it's me, Sally. I'm really confused as to why I haven't been invited, why I haven't been told about it. It sounds like it's quite a big deal. And there's several voices I know. Kibbles, Fruity, McMurphy. I thought we were friends. Maybe a bit closer than the others even. So why the cold shoulder? Hi, Humi. What are you doing out here? Trix has come up behind me with another couple of cats who slink straight past me and into the cave. Oh, hi. I was just taking a walk and I heard you're gathering. This is a bit awkward. I'm so sorry. I didn't deliberately exclude you. You just didn't invite me. I feel really hurt and I'm trying to sound casual. Unfortunately, it's not really working. There's a catch in my voice that betrays me. I've hurt you. I didn't mean to. I just... Oh, what, Trixie? It sounds silly now, but I forgot. Her voice is so quiet, I'm not sure I heard correctly. Forgot? Sounds terrible. It wasn't like that. What was it like? Well, I have these little get-togethers every now and then to read paws and do tarot, stuff like that. I really only think of inviting those who are into that kind of thing. I see. Oh, come on, Humi. I've hardly seen you lately. We're both so busy. If I had seen you, I would have mentioned it. Oh well, that's okay then. I can hear how petulant I sound. Besides, I really didn't think you would be bothered. You and I have such different interests. No, we don't. Really? I know she's right, but I just don't want to admit it. I like her so much, and I know we're talking cheese. She needs to be with more like-minded cats, I guess. You're right. I'm being silly. I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. Come in and join us. You're very welcome, you know. Best not. I do know. I really do. But I need my sleep. Work in the morning. Well, if you're sure, I can't persuade you. Have fun, Miss Trixabel. Oh, I intend to. And with a quick wind around my legs, she's gone. I stay outside for a few minutes listening to the sounds of merriment before I make my way back to the little tent, feeling colder than I normally do. This is really kicking me in the feels. How many times can you get rejected before it starts to affect you? Well, gonna get shot in the face anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, this is the one we missed. I'm quite excited about today. I was very surprised when Professor Pauper told me a few days ago that he was giving me Thursday off. Although I'm supposed to have Sundays as a rest day, there's never really time off, as someone always needs something done. The Professor was quite categorical about it. I do not want to see you anywhere near the research facility. Miss Marigold will prepare you enough food for the day. Go visit some of the places we've been to during our field work or something. There's never enough time to fully explore. A tired researcher is a sloppy researcher. There's never enough time to fully explore. A tired researcher is a sloppy researcher. Recharge your batteries. Must admit, I had a pang of suspicion, but was eager to have a whole day to myself, so I didn't hesitate. Here I am, heading out to the far eastern side of the island to have a closer look at the blue-coloured moss that grows on the moist cliff overhanging the sea. It is part of the island least populated by cats. Wonder why? Because the devs are there. I've decided to take my breakfast with me and sit down on some small rocks just outside our residential area to enjoy the quiet. That smells good. Goodness me, you startled me. I thought I was alone. You're very much alone, I would say. I feel vaguely irritated. Why does she always talk in riddles? I'm not in the mood for this shit today. If you want to share some of my food, you're welcome to, but let's not talk, eh? Thank you. I'm taken aback. No enigmatic... I can't say that. No enigmatic answer or smarty pants remark. He simply accepts the piece of bacon I've torn up and put on the rock beside me. Gave away bacon, you heathen! I haven't had this stuff in so much time. Bacon? Oh yes, I'd forgotten his name. Did the previous researcher share their breakfast with you? No, it was mine. I think I'm finding it harder and harder to remember to order my thoughts. The small brown cat is becoming upset, and I reach out to stroke it instinctively, but she shrieks back from my hand. I wouldn't hurt you, Bee. I was just trying to comfort you. But you will hurt me. You won't mean to, but you will. I don't understand. It's like a dream. If I try to grasp it, it vanishes. I'm losing my memories, and I want so much to pass them on before they're lost forever. It's okay. I managed to coax her close enough to run my finger around her cheek, and she responds, moving in closer. It doesn't have to make sense, you know. You can just talk and let it pour out, and see what we discover. Where are you going? Why aren't you at work? You should be finding it. He has sat up abruptly and pulled back. I'm thrown. Finding what? I can't. It's a thing at work. Oh, there's no work today. The professor gave me the day off, so I'm headed to the Blue Moss Cliffs. Don't. What? Don't go there. The Blue Moss. It's something. It's what happens when we dispose of stuff from the secret lab. Are you okay, Bee? Ooh, she's a research assistant. Maybe the first one. He's tricking you. My name's not Bee. It's not. It's. I know. That's just what the last assistant called you. You can be called anything you like. I'm trying my best to calm her, but she's very distressed, and I'm afraid for her well-being. Let me help you. I have some cat seed in my bag. I quickly open the small bottle and tip a little bit of the clear fluid into the palm of my hand. Surprisingly, Bee immediately starts lapping at the little pool. Within a short time, she's calming, allowing me to stroke her. Toxic. Pardon? Toxic. That's the word I was looking for. The Blue Moss area? Yes. She's purring now, as though being able to remember has comforted her. You also said we. We? We disposed of stuff from the secret lab. You got there in the end, didn't you? I have a sickening excitement in my stomach. We. You or me. You had my job before me. A long time ago. Her speech is slurry, and her eyes are drooping. Like a dream. Only to wake up from this dream. Get back to him. To me. Bee, talk to me. Who's he? I need to know. No answer, as the little cat is snoozing. Ooh. We've learnt a lot. I've been waiting near Trixie's cave for ages now, but there's no sign of her. I wanted to see her and say goodbye properly. But time is running out, and I'll miss my boat if I don't leave soon. I tried to leave her a gift I brought. I feel a bit weird going into a cave without her permission, but I'm sure she'll be pleased when she sees what I've left for her. Find the perfect spot where a shaft of sunlight shines through the entrance. I brought some glue with me. I don't need it. As luck would have it, there's a craggy bit of rock in the lower ceiling of the cave that's a great makeshift hook. Take out a prism and hang it from the hook with a piece of surgical thread. The light hits it, and instantly the colours of the rainbow dance off every surface. My very own disco ball. Goodbye, Princess. I love you very much. My heart feels like it's breaking as I look around for the last time. What if I made a mistake? What if no one can help me on the mainland? If I don't get expert assistance soon, I'll go too far into the transition to be able to continue with the research. My memories will fade, and I'll be a lonely city cat. I must stop thinking like this. It will work out. I will be back. You won't. You get shot in the face. Make it to the jetty, but the skin on my teeth. Joe the ferryman's son is waiting to greet me. I rested by mistake. Ooh, I'm starting to take my Sunday off and try my luck at treasure hunting. The untold riches in these shipwrecks, the major hasn't got paws on yet. When I was a kid, I used to love mud-larking on the banks of the Thames. How different could this be? As I approached the nearest wreck, I hear the sound of hushed arguing. There are only a couple of cats I can think of who would be all the way out here at this time. I know McMurphy is relaxing near the mess tent, hoping that Miss Marigold will take pity on him, feed him a bit of tuna. Major was asleep in the forest. I checked on him on the way here. As far as I know, none of the other cats could be bothered with this place. So that leaves the elusive quarrelling captains. I decided to lie low and see if I can make out what's being said. But that whole crate of grog gone? If you aren't drinking it, who is? I'm offended. I would not dream of touching your reserves, Captain. I'm just as flummoxed as you are. A likely story. I seen how you was when diving up. You had that look in your eye. Visions of Mac looting all the grog he could carry flashed before my eyes, and I'm overwhelmed with guilt. I should explain the situation to restore the peace, but I don't want to drop Mac in it either. Maybe I should take the hit. Hello. I couldn't help overhearing you. What are you doing? Eavesdropping? People can lose their ears for less than that. No, no, Libby. Let's not scare our visitor. How are you? Well, I trust. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, but I just happened by, and you were rather loud. I shall forget what I heard and go about my business. And what business would that be? Having cocked out of owning up at the grog, simply didn't fancy telling Captain Libby that I'm treasure hunting. That would go down like a lead balloon. Think quick. I'm building a sandcastle. Both cats stare at me blankly. It's kind of a game. You have to make a castle out of sand. It sounds just as idiotic to me as I hear myself say it. It's great fun. Perhaps you'd like to join me. To my surprise, both cats inch forward and begin to put together the most topsy-turvy sandcastle I've ever seen. Ooh. Right, back to the romancing. Oh, Schnitzel. Is that because she's not talking to me? Oh, bollocks, I'm going to have to go through the whole fucking thing again. I'm already 3 hours into the record. Okay, we're back in chapter 6 now, and we've unlocked the thing with the other cat, which we failed to do. So, there was a slight mistake where I forgot to sleep as Harry, and Harry got sent home to sleep and rest with a gun shot in his head. But that shouldn't affect this playthrough as we're trying to get all of the romancing failed, so let's continue. I think last time we said it was shite. But let's be agreeable. Oh wow, this is loud. Reminds me of Bat Metal, which somebody introduced me to recently. Yeah, that makes me laugh. Yeah, great, isn't it? Yeah, very loud. You said that already. I know, I'm just really struck by the loudness. You like this band then? Absolutely. They're my top favourite 5 bands. Whoa, cool. What's your favourite Mad Catter song? Let's put it on next. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's the one that goes, raw. I do my best impression of the guttural scream that's playing over and over. Ravenpaw's face lights up. You're not my dad. Okay, I like him a bit more now. They can keep writing songs. I think that there's probably a career there for that. Good choice. That's one of my favourites too. What other Yao bands do you like? Oh, that's such a difficult question. There are so many good ones. I simply couldn't choose. Have you heard Clawstick? Yeah, I think so. I'm becoming more and more uncomfortable. Why don't I just tell the truth? I wanted Raven to like me, but I can't keep this up. If I tell her now, it will break the little bit of trust she's put in me today. Also, she's going to think I'm a total loser. This dogfight is freak. I have to start this out and end it as quickly as possible. Oh goodness, where does the time go? I need to get back to the lab. This is the lab. Yes, the other lad. I mean to say lad. I have to go and check on Zane about something. You call him a lad? Lie upon lie. I need to leave. It's a joke, really. I'm not officially speaking gibberish. You're weird. You have no idea. I throw a nervous laugh over my shoulder and make a note to self. Do not lie to Ravenpaw. Okay, I think last time we were vulnerable, so we're going to lighten the mood this time. That's what I'd do in real life anyway. Maybe we should lighten the mood a little. Let's read a more cheerful poem. Ravenpaw rolls her eyes. I flip through the book, reading a depressing title after depressing title. Hunger. Alone. Without you. Darkness. Hello, I'm Landis, and welcome to the Long Dark. Wait, flashbacks. There has to be something cheerier in here. Finally I spot Fol-de-rol shanty and feel more encouraged. I hear something. Fol-de-rol shanty. Fol-de-rol? What does that mean? If my memory serves, it's complete nonsense. Ravenpaw looks sceptical, but I read the shanty anyway. Fol-de-rol shanty. The sea is laughing, laughing sea. The sun is smiling down on me. There's no other place I'd rather be. It's a salty pirate's life for me. Count the booty, boys, and share that gold. There's more treasure than our arms can hold. Take a swig of rum to make us bold, then head into the nearest town and foldy rolled. Foldy rolled, foldy rolled. We'll head into the nearest town and foldy rolled. Foldy rolled. I don't know what that means. Funny cracks a small smile. Ha! That's so funny. Yeah, funny how bad it is. So I'm not doing the voice. Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm so tired. Okay, I'll give you some space. Okay, we're back here. I'm going to let it rest because I'm pretty sure we coaxed it last time. Also, there's a surprisingly amount of game here, or at least story to find. I'm not sure I'd still class it as a game. Oh, come on, I'm sorry if I overstepped the line. Let's stay a little longer, please. I promise I won't talk about anything that makes you uncomfortable. Ravenpaw sits in silence for a while and then cocks her head to the side as though listening. You hear something? The sea. Ah yes, isn't it beautiful? It's peaceful. It really makes you think, doesn't it? There's a long and slightly awkward pause. Makes you think? About what? Oh well, I don't know. See things, I suppose. Oh, human, you're so privileged. She's laughing, but I feel like she isn't joking. Well, he is a white male. What does it make you think about? My mum, when I fall asleep pressed up against her chest, her breast would rise and fall like the tide. Bullshit. Your parents didn't like you the second you were born. Wow, that's beautiful. What happened to your mum? Can't remember. Really? You seem to remember so much, seeing that you're half older. Maybe. I'll remember again sometime. But right now I just want to go back to base. My head is killing me. Yes, that's probably enough for one day. Let's get you tucked up for the night. And maybe a sticker for being a good girl. You spoiled little shit. I laugh, but I feel the edge to her joke, and it stings. I'm really excited to see Ravenpaw today because I've managed to download a podcast of her favourite slam poet. And we've put aside an hour to listen to it together. She's waiting eagerly. Did you get it? I hold up my catalogue in affirmation. This is so cool. We sit and listen to 20 minutes of blistering, witty, painful poetry, silent apart from the occasional gasp or guffaw. That was fantastic. She's so raw. The live recording's the only way to hear her. I know, when everything gets back to normal, we'll go to the mainland and see her. I will, without doubt. And me? We might even bump into each other. That would be so weird. I'm taken aback. I'd rather thought we'd go together. Ravenpaw looks at me as if I've sprouted another head. Why? Because that's what friends do. Well, obviously, so why wouldn't you go with your own friends? You said if everything gets back to normal. Ray, you are my friend. Ravenpaw looks embarrassed. Yeah, of course, here. But that's because there's so little choice. Can't quite believe what I'm hearing. It must show on my face because she's suddenly changing tack. This sounds all wrong. It's not that I wouldn't want to be friends with you, it's just, well, it's like when you're at school, you make friends because that's who's there. How many of them stay in touch once school's over? Be honest. Yeah, but that's different. Actually, Gary, it's not. You make so much compromise and effort to be friends, which is great, and you're worth it, blah blah blah. But seriously, when you get out in the big world and you can choose from anyone, would you really want to keep up the work levels it takes to keep us going? I'm too stunned to respond. Because let me tell you, I want better than that for you. I care for you a great deal. I want you to be happy. Really happy. More happy than I could ever make you. He's looking at me for some kind of agreement. I suppose you must be right because you so often are about emotional stuff, but this feels horrible. But it won't when you're surrounded by like-minded people. You and I, we're a happy brush to the other side. Neither of us could permanently put up with each other, really. I'm just the one who's honest enough to say it. I gather myself a little. And now you're calling me dishonest? She looks appalled for a second before she twigs I'm joking. I do know you're right. I'd never say it. I think that's because I'm not rude and cruel. Wait! I love her honesty, I do. But smart's a little bit more than usual, though. Okay, so that's not the worst then. We got hopeless romantic achievements, so we've done what we set out to do. Just got to speed through the last research and see if anything changes. Yes, I am ready to leave via mortuary bag. See, we've missed the sandwich one again. I look around for the last time at my little canvas home. It's taken me ages to make the decision to leave, but now that I have, I feel quite resolute. There's no way I'm going to be able to find an antidote working in secrecy on the island. I need to have expert help on this if I want to get anywhere. The mainland is our only hope now. I'm packed and leaving in 15 minutes. There's only one more thing left to do for me this morning. I walk to the lab and find the little black cat curled up in her cage. Ray, are you asleep? Ravenpaw starts snoring in an over-exaggerated, childish way. I decide to play along with it so as to not embarrass her. Oh, what a shame. Ravenpaw is asleep. I wanted to say goodbye to her properly on my last day. I wanted her to know how much I'd miss her. Fake snoring stops, but she still doesn't stir. I take this to mean she's listening. We went through some really difficult things together. I couldn't have got through most of it without her. But we still managed to have a lot of fun. Still no movement. You could hear a pin drop. I spent so much time and effort writing her this poem. I wish I could read it to her. Nothing. I might as well read it to myself one last time. Can't believe the time has come when we must say goodbye. I'm trying not to be too glum, in case we start to cry. I want to leave you with a verse to ponder when I'm gone. I hope it doesn't make things worse. I often get it wrong. Every day I've spent with you, I've come to like you more, even times when you've been blue, or grumpy, sad or sore. But most of all, I've come to love the things you've taught to me, like working out the meaning of prose and poetry. We've had some laughs as well, it's true, and really you're quite funny. So thank you, Ray, for being you and making my life sunny. I hope she likes it. Oh, and I suppose I won't be able to tell her the most important thing of all. The results have improved so much since I changed the treatment. That, as promised, she is now a free cat. There's no reason for her not to have a long, healthy life, and I hope it's a happy one. I unlock her cage and place the poem at the counter. I leave the lab door open behind me as I exit. The boat is waiting for me at the end of the jetty. Joe is untying as I climb aboard. Still kind of a happy ending for him. Not like the cat who got the cream. Laughs his ridiculous laugh. Suppose I'm happy to be going home. As the boat pulls away, I have the strange feeling that I'm being watched. Maybe two little eyes from the forest, one brown, one blue. I laugh at myself. Aren't you going to miss it here then? Yes, of course I will. Like researching that much? Oh no, the work is very tiring and at times pretty tedious. It's the cats I'll miss. Well, one cat in particular. The whole manner suddenly changes. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. What? Dad? I'm not doing the voices because we're about 3 or 4 hours into this single record and about 8 hours into the playthrough. I'm afraid this is a bad one, Dad. That's a shame, Gusty the poor boy. How do you know I'm a bad one? Just because I said I like cats. Can't shoot someone because they said they like cats. We're doing. Yeah, 0. Ending achievement. Yeah, 13 out of 18. We're only missing the 5. We've only seen 81% of the game. If you enjoyed this episode, then tickle the like button, perhaps subscribe, and check out the rest of the channel. And why not join us on our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon? Links are in the description, and running through the credits right now. I've been Landis. This has been Purrfect Date. Thank you very much, and see you soon.